Being the first African-born CEO, president and CEO of AI, I think, the time was right for this, right? 60 years of existence in service of Africans. And in the past, the leadership was, good, obviously, and did a lot of great things. But I think now we need somebody who has the dual existence. I have a certain duality to me. One part of me is African and the other part of me is American. And it really fits perfectly with the mission and the vision of the Africa America Institute, because we want to have one foot in America and the other foot in Africa and bridge the gap, bring the two worlds together and see what we can do together to advance the cause of Africa. We wanted to give an honor to the AU, the African Union, for its existence for over the past 50 years and all the work that it's done to keep Africa moving forward. And obviously, we picked a great time to do it because she, like you said, is a first woman chairperson. And what an inspirational woman. I mean, South Africa has been a challenging place for men and women because of apartheid. And she lived through all of that, survived all of that, and now is at the leadership of this very important organization. So for us, it was a pleasure to recognize the AU, but also be able to give her the award as she represents the AU and the African spirit. So it was just good timing for us. We were very lucky to have her as head of the AU at this moment. Tony really represents the kind of individual we want to continue to honor because he is an entrepreneur and he's also very philanthropic. So the two of them really go together. He built a business and he's focused on banking for a long time, and now he's an investor in various sectors and industries. But at the core of his business practice are jobs that are being created. And as we heard tonight, the African continent is a very youthful continent, and we need jobs for the people of Africa. And so if people start to create more jobs through business, then we can solve some of these unemployment problems. I really liked what Tony Elumelu said, which is, in 10 years, he wants a different person to come and get this award. Someone who has started a business and has become very successful, has employed a lot of people, and has also been very philanthropic. So we hope we can fulfill that want for him. That's exactly what we want for AI. So Dr. Yumkella, as you saw, what an amazing person. He received a great education through AAI, and he's gone on to do amazing things. And he talked about something that's very important, this issue of energy and making sure that we have access to electricity for all, because that's really going to be a core driver in economic development. We cannot be an advanced continent economically without making sure that this happens. So, he's right at the pulse of what's needed in Africa, and we just wish him so much luck. And of course, we want to work with him in figuring out how we can increase the capacity of individuals and institutions as it relates to energy. And then, of course, Chevron. Chevron, one might think that, they're just an oil company. All they care about is extracting oil. But we really discovered through this whole process that Chevron, it's good business to be a good corporate citizen. And so, yes, they extract oil, and there may be some challenges around that, but they've done a lot of important and interesting philanthropic work along the way. So we were very happy to honor them this year, and we're very proud to do so. And again, they've been a strong supporter of AAI and the work that we've been doing over the past 30 years. When we were talking about this gala, I said to the team, I said, I don't want to do just your run-of-the-mill award gala, which, people just present awards and that's it. I thought we needed to add something more substantive to the conversation. So we came up with this idea of having these 4 heads of state. We gave them the questions ahead of time so that they can come prepared. And we knew that we would have a challenge with, the amount of time that we could give them to really talk. And so we knew beforehand that was going to be a challenge. But we wanted to do it anyway and see where it takes us, and then we can learn from it. But as you said, these African leaders came and they spoke from their hearts and they spoke from their individual perspective on what natural resources can do for a country. So I'm, even though, it went on a little longer, not necessarily the conversation, but the gala, I'm just so happy that we had that element to it, because it does add heaviness and importance to the work. And, next year we may try to figure out a different model, but I do think that we need to add something to a typical awards gala. I think we need to add some substantive conversation or interaction that allows people to leave the space, not just having seen people receive award, but hear something interesting and something that makes them think. So, and I think we had that with these 4 individuals. I'm very proud of them, and I'm so honored that they chose to use AI as a platform to express themselves. I mean, I've seen her before. She's attended events that I've been a part of. She's always A+, always A+. So Minister Hanatete, I can always assure you, will deliver what she needs to deliver. My last word is that, AI is at the forefront, has been at the forefront of developing capacity in Africa. Now we really want to shift the focus a little bit, continue to develop a capacity, but do this from an African angle and work with African-based partners to advance the cause of Africa. And then lastly, I expect everyone watching this to visit our website, learn more about who we are, and come to the gala next year, because in a couple of months we'll start planning for that gala.